Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The news bulletin in English for this Friday, the 7th of March 2025. The police have undertaken a review of their strategic plan for 2023 to 2025. This evaluation is part of its program to modernize its services and provide better services to the community. According to the review, much has been achieved over the past 3 years to put in place a better system of governance within the police department. This new system of governance will enable police officers to be more accountable for their actions. The police are receiving support from the UK government for this modernization project. Sir George Hamilton, former Chief Constable Police Service of Northern Ireland.
There's a number of areas where we have seen progress and change. I think Seychelles Police has got a much better governance structure in place now. Not everything necessarily needs to go to the Commissioner's desk to get decided upon, although the Commissioner still holds people to account, but there's a broader, more empowered, more accountable leadership in place. One of the things that we have done when we've been here is advise the Commissioner and the Government on the talent that we see, to be positive about this. This isn't about criticising Seychelles Police. We've identified some wonderful talent within the police force that makes me optimistic about the future leadership of Seychelles Police. So we've got better governance in place, people are more accountable, people are more empowered as well. But I also would want to be very, I suppose, candid that the job's not finished and that there's still significant work to do. And my involvement will conclude in the coming weeks, but I'm pretty sure that we're leaving the transformation of Seychelles Police in safe hands as we do so.
The Holiday Club educators have gained valuable knowledge about the crucial coastal ecosystems of Seychelles. The workshop, which took place last month, focused on seaweed, seagrasses, and mangroves, with a particular emphasis on the species thriving in the mangrove ecosystem. The educators were trained on how to identify mangroves by observing their roots, seeds, and the unique features. They also learned to distinguish between various seaweeds and seagrasses. Earlier this week, around 20 Holiday Club educators were presented with their certificates of completion. Marie-Mé Jérémy, the Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Conservation and Climate Adaptation Trust, SECAT, spoke during the ceremony, highlighting the importance of the workshop.
Sometimes the impact can be far more reaching when you also engage with people at that higher age bracket, so the adults, and so therefore, and you are working directly with the students, and I think it's very useful that you also get to experience these ecosystems, know how to deliver those sessions, and become more interactive.
Tomorrow, the 8th of March, is International Women's Day, and for this occasion, there are several messages from leaders in the country. International Women's Day is a day about celebrating women's achievements, raising awareness about gender equalities, and advocating for women's rights. It is not about women's rights alone, but also about recognizing their contributions in all areas of life: social, economic, cultural, and political. This year, International Women's Day is being celebrated under the theme Accelerate Action for Women's Health, Wellness and Well-being.
In his message, President Wever Ramkalawan says March 8 provides us with a unique opportunity each year to join with the rest of the world to highlight, recognize and celebrate women. Celebrate their achievements and contributions as equal partners in the development of our society and our country in general. President says women are recognized as strong and resilient citizens who play active roles in their families, workplace, or communities. We also take time today to highlight the plight of women from all walks of life, pledging support and services for their betterment and empowerment, he adds. In his message, President Ramkalawan welcomes this year's theme. As the country looks at different ways to tackle non-communicable diseases, he acknowledges that there is a need to look at what affects women and men differently. On International Women's Day, we take time to recognize the different challenges women face on a daily basis where their health is concerned. As a nation, let us reflect and pledge on how we can continuously work together, innovate, and support the health sector for women's physical and mental health as well as their general well being. The message ends. On his part, the Principal Minister and also Minister for Fisheries and Blue Economy, Jean-François Ferrari, has sent a message honoring women in the fisheries sector of Seychelles. On this International Women's Day, we take a moment to recognize and celebrate the strength, resilience, and invaluable contributions of women in the fisheries sector in Seychelles, his message says. Minister Ferrari says this year's theme let them reaffirm their commitment to creating more opportunities for women in fisheries, ensuring fair access to resources, supporting entrepreneurship, and promoting leadership roles in the sector. The Minister for Youth, Sport and Family, Marie-Céline Diallo, has also sent a message on the occasion of the International Women's Day. She says the theme for this year calls for a renewed sense of urgency in addressing the persistent challenges that hinder gender equality worldwide. It is also a call to move beyond dialogue and actively implement solutions that drive real change, particularly in areas of welfare, well-being, and health.
Still to do with Women's Day, this year the SIB, Seychelles Investment Board, organized a forum dedicated to the achievements of women in the business, finance and investment sectors. During the forum, there was also a panel of Seychellois women in several high positions in the country, be it in the government and private sector, who spoke about their journey. Although there's an increase in women joining this sector, women and youth lack access to the necessary tools to ensure their success in this sector. Michael Hall, the Dean for Faculty of Business and Sustainable Development, says that we need more partnership forums to foster good working relationships.
It was a wonderful conference where we've been invigorated to sort of do more to encourage particularly women to get involved in investment and in business opportunities, and to, I think one of the panelists said, take the risk and say yes to that. It's a very pragmatic approach about what has to be done. It's not theoretical, but there are certain steps, and the government has been very proactive in providing support through seed funding, capital funding, and investment advice from the investment board has been great. I think what we need to do now is to carry on that good work by raising the aspirations of young people, particularly women.
Still having the Women's Day as a theme, a group of students from the Seychelles Institute of Art and Design have had the opportunity to listen and ask questions to Juliette Zelim, who is an artist with many years of experience and plenty of success in her career. The artist had the opportunity to tell her journey in the industry, how she navigated her challenges to ensure a rich career. It was the NACC together with SIAD school that organized this presentation. The main aim of this presentation is to also help motivate young girls to continue this career path, that even the difficulties, it can also be rewarding. Again, on this subject, a talented female artist, Zoe Chongseng, has mounted an art exhibition dedicated to women at Kenwin House in commemoration of International Women's Day. The opening of the exhibition took place yesterday afternoon in the presence of several other female artists. The creation of images intended to capture physical appearances and emotions that are harder to understand. This one special exhibition for women has several paintings, and each painting displays women in different aspects of life. With this, we've come to the end of this bulletin. Rendezvous at 8 for the news in Creole.